Some stories don't begin with fireworks. They begin in silence, in small misunderstandings, in forgotten breakfasts and dinners eaten alone, in words not said. This is the story of Noah and Elise, and it begins not with passion, but with pressure. Elise came from a world of comfort. She had never worried about daily chores, groceries, or utility bills. Her childhood home had staff, structure, and space. Everything worked like a quiet machine. So when she married Noah, a gentle man, quiet and grounded, who worked long hours at the bank to support his aging mother and younger sister, she wasn't prepared for the noise of real life. In the early weeks, everything felt new, sweet, even the quiet dinners. But reality has a way of settling in. One evening, Noah walked in after a long shift. He was exhausted, ready for a warm meal, maybe a warm smile. Instead, he found the living room scattered with toys. The smell of pizza hung in the air. "I'm hungry," he said gently. Elise didn't look up. "I ordered pizza with Alex. Your share's in the kitchen. Go eat it." He paused. "This is how we talk now. Why are you making it a big deal?" she snapped. Noah didn't reply. He quietly walked to the kitchen. It wasn't about the pizza. It was about being thought of. In Elise's mind, the maid was on leave. She had managed the child, the house. It was enough. But in Noah's mind, home was supposed to be the one place he could feel cared for. The cracks were quiet at first. A few days later, Noah came home and told Elise his colleague and wife wanted to have them over for dinner. "Let's go," he said. "They just got married too. It'll be good." Elise agreed. They arrived at a spacious home, tastefully lit, smelling of comfort and warmth. Ethan and Claire, the other couple, were charming, affectionate. Ethan praised Claire's food, her home, her energy. Claire beamed. Noah smiled politely, but Elise sat in silence. She looked around the room, at the framed photos, the matching curtains, the way Ethan held Claire's hand while talking, and something in her shifted. Later that night, she said nothing, but her silence was louder than words. When she looked around their apartment, everything felt smaller, less cared for. Where was their framed wedding photo? Why didn't Noah ever say kind things in front of others? Was she just invisible? She started noticing the gaps, the things not said, the compliments never given. She didn't want to feel this way, but feelings don't ask for permission. Next weekend, they hosted Ethan and Claire at their place. Elise cooked all day. She made everything herself. When they sat to eat, Claire smiled. "This is amazing. The chicken is better than any restaurant." Everyone complimented her. Everyone except Noah. She waited for his words, but he just smiled and ate quietly. After dinner, Ethan suggested ice cream. Something simple, spontaneous, a reward. Elise's eyes lit up. She nodded subtly, but Noah declined. "My mom and sister are home. I can't leave them alone this late." He didn't see it, but Elise's heart sank. She had given the day to him, cooked, hosted, and when the moment came for a little joy, he declined. She didn't speak that night, but the silence inside her began to echo. The next morning, Noah asked for breakfast. She stayed in bed. "Ask your sister," she said. "I'm not feeling well." Noah left without breakfast, and with each passing day, the space between them grew. It wasn't hatred. It wasn't anger. It was distance, the kind that creeps in when love isn't nurtured. One evening, Elise packed a gift for Claire and Ethan's anniversary. "We're not going," Noah said. "Why not?" she asked. "Because every time we meet them, you come back feeling worse. And I can't keep watching you compare me to him." "I think you're just jealous," she said. They didn't speak after that, until one night, Elise said the words she couldn't take back. "I want a divorce." Noah looked at her, tired, worn, silent. "Not tonight," he said. "There are guests downstairs. Just cut the cake. We'll talk after." And so they cut the cake, and smiled, and pretended, but their hearts were miles apart. Sometimes, the things we say in pain are the ones that haunt us the longest. And sometimes, all it takes to see what's real is one unexpected moment, a moment that will come in chapter 2. Because the story of Elise and Noah is not over yet. Some truths come crashing like thunder, but the ones that change us forever, they arrive quietly. They don't shout, they reveal. And that night, Elise finally saw the truth. Noah had left early from Ethan and Claire's anniversary party. He came home to find Elise sitting alone in the living room, the lights dim, her eyes glistening. He stepped forward gently. "Elise," she looked up, startled. "I thought you'd be at the party longer," she said, voice low. "I didn't want to be there," he replied. "I didn't feel like pretending." Her eyes welled up again. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I've been so unfair to you." Noah sat beside her, unsure of what had shifted. And then she told him. At the party, everything looked perfect. The house, the laughter, the couple. But while waiting in line for the restroom, Elise had overheard a conversation. Claire, the seemingly perfect wife, was crying quietly in the guest room. Ethan was speaking in sharp, cold tones. "Stop acting like you're the only one trying," he snapped. Claire said nothing, just wiped her tears. Elise stood frozen outside, unable to move. Later, Claire returned to the party with a smile, her makeup perfect, her voice sweet, and Elise realized not all that shines is gold. Not every couple that smiles is happy. Not every kind word is said with love. "I thought you didn't love me because you never said the things he said," Elise confessed. "But now I know what matters is what's real. You never said much, but you always did everything." Noah turned to her. "You thought I didn't love you. I thought you were bored, that you regretted marrying me, that maybe I wasn't enough." He took her hand. "Do you know why I never said those things? Because I didn't think I needed to. I believed actions spoke louder." He looked down, "But maybe I was wrong." She squeezed his hand. "I was wrong too. I wanted the praise, the gestures, but I forgot to notice the everyday love." She paused. when you came home tired and still asked if I had eaten, when you never let Mom take her medicine late, when you bought groceries without me even asking. That was love. They sat in silence, not the painful silence from before. This one was different. This one healed. In the days that followed, everything didn't suddenly become perfect. There were still bills, still exhaustion, still habits to unlearn, but something had changed. Elise stopped comparing. She started appreciating. Noah started expressing. He learned that even the strongest hands need soft words. And Alex, he noticed the change too. The way his parents looked at each other. The way his mother smiled when his father walked in. One afternoon, Elise found an old picture frame at the market. She came home and printed a photo from their wedding day. She hung it in the living room above the sofa. When Noah saw it, he smiled. "It looks good there." She nodded. "It looks like home." They didn't need ice cream outings to feel joy. They didn't need dinner guests to feel proud. They needed each other. Love doesn't always need to be loud. Sometimes it's in the gentle gesture, in the extra cup of tea, in waiting up for someone to get home safe, in cooking a favorite dish, not for compliments, but for comfort. Sometimes love is choosing to stay, even when it would be easier to leave. Months later, Elise bumped into Claire at a grocery store. Claire looked tired, different. They spoke briefly, and Elise realized Claire and Ethan had separated. Too many words said, too little meaning behind them. Elise walked home that day and found Noah helping Alex with homework. She sat beside them and joined in. It was not flashy, not cinematic, but it was real, and it was enough. The truth is, we all have moments when we compare, when we think others have it better. But comparison is the thief of joy, and sometimes you have everything you need. You just forgot to notice. So the next time you find yourself wondering if your life is enough, pause, look at the quiet hands that hold you, the home you've built with someone who shows up, even in silence. That is love. That is marriage. That is what heals, what endures, what stays. In the end, Elise didn't need a different husband. She needed a different perspective. And Noah didn't need to change who he was. He just needed to learn how to speak her language. They met in the middle. And sometimes that's all it takes. Not grand changes, not perfect words, just a willingness to see each other again and begin again. Because true love is not found, it is built every day together.